right, I have a car and one of the seat belts comes down, buckles fine, holds fine. But when you unbuckle, it doesn't want to retract. So you have to jiggle it a little bit, maneuver it to get back in there. It has its, idiosyncrasies, like some of these old cars, right? So if you ever grew up with your parents' car or grandparents' car and they told you, oh, that door doesn't unlock, you just have to hit it and then it'll pop open, or open it from the outside. These things are mechanical, they're electronic, and things go wrong, right? But you kind of find your way around them, and sometimes you live with them, sometimes you get them fixed, right? Well, there's a story about this guy with a Jaguar, and if anybody's had an old Jaguar from the 1980s, you'll know that they were very quirky cars, okay? So this guy takes this Jaguar to this mechanic, and he says, look, man, I've been dealing with this thing. It doesn't start sometimes it does. I've been late to meetings. I've been jacking with it for a year. I've actually gone and asked friends for advice. They've sent me to mechanics that don't specialize in Jags, and all roads seem to lead to you. You're the Jag guru, maybe you can help. He says, all right, are there some particular times when it doesn't start? He says, yeah, mostly when the car's hot. He goes, okay, rev the engine up. So he's revving it. He goes, turn it off. He goes, it's not gonna start. Turn it off. Turns it off. He goes, try to start it. Nothing. He goes, I told you. He goes, pop the hood. Guy pops the hood, mechanic looks at the engine for a couple minutes, goes to his toolbox, comes back with a little hammer, starts tapping on the right side of the starter. 5 taps on the right side. Try to start the car. Starts right up. Guy goes, oh my God, you're amazing. That's like a miracle. He says, these old Jags, what happens is the solenoid starts to stick and it won't start, especially when it's hot. So you either let it cool down or you tap on it. He said that should hold for a few weeks, but if it continues to do it, you're gonna need a new starter, bring it back. Happy to replace it. He goes, thank you so much. He goes, I've been jacking with this for a year. I was late to meetings, all kinds of, thank you so much. I appreciate it. How much do I owe you? Mechanic says, $250. And the guy chuckles, kind of like Eddie just chuckled. Yeah, guys, you gotta be kidding, right? He goes, no, I'm not. Why? He goes, $250 for tapping on the starter? Come on, man, that's a little unreasonable, don't you think? Guy says, yeah, maybe it is unreasonable. What do you think it's worth? So the guy says, on a good day, if I'm feeling generous, $50. He says, that's fine. Takes the invoice back, scratches out the entire line item, and he puts number 1, tapping on solenoid, $50. Number 2, knowing where to tap, $200. Hands him back the invoice. Does that make you feel better? A lot of times in our businesses, we undervalue what we do based on a reaction that we get from some clients or some prospects. Because to them, they're trying to get the best deal possible, but they also don't understand what goes on behind the kitchen door at your business. They think you're copying and pasting, or you're just taking a logo from their business card and putting it on a shirt, and how could that possibly cost what you want to charge, Ben? Same thing with moving. Oh, I've moved plenty of times. Right, Adam? And then you just get friends, and then come, and then this, and it takes you 2 days, and then you break half the things, and it wasn't worth it. So you give a price based on your expertise, based on your experience, based on what you know can go wrong. And that's why people pay you what you want to charge and what you need to charge to have a viable, successful business. So if there are clients that are devaluing what you offer and commoditizing it, trust me when I tell you, if they could have done it themselves as good as you do it for them, they would have already done it. They're coming to you because they can't do it on their own. They can't go invest in the market, right, Charlie? They can't go out and invest and be as successful and maintain their wealth and grow it over a long period of time to meet their needs. So if you are attracting clients who are not willing to pay what you're worth, you have to go out and find clients who know what you're worth and are willing to pay for that.